Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is Nene Leakes clapping back at Robyn Dixon and Andy Cohen and the powers to be at Bravo, saying that they let go of all of the stars and that Robyn is starless and not famous. And also, she talks about whether or not she will ever return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. But before we dive in, you know what you do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below because don't forget we also do self-love and self-care content on the channel. Subscribe to the newsletter, get the free self-love guide, and check out our courses. So with that, let's dive right on in. I see everybody in the chat is going wild about the Tom Girardi stuff. So right after this live, after this Kiki, we will be diving into the Tom Girardi stuff. I will go and check everything out, and we will have a fun Kiki about it. But for now, let's dive into Nene Leakes clapping back. So this is according to Reality Blurb. It says Nene Leakes shades Robyn Dixon as, quote, not famous, and says Real Housewives franchise is, quote, starless. Plus, she addresses potential Real Housewife of Atlanta return after lawsuit. Nene Leakes slammed the cast of The Real Housewives of Potomac and the Real House franchise as a whole, while addressing Robyn Dixon's recent revelation regarding Juan Dixon's interaction with another woman. So basically, Nene is weighing in on everybody basically slamming Robyn, slamming Giselle, and let's throw Ashley in that mix too. Ashley is not clean either, with admitting that they knew that Juan Dixon had, quote, cheated. Again, I don't think it's cheating because I don't think Robyn and Juan are even in a real relationship, but that there was this, affair going on when in the face of their fake front relationship that Robyn Dixon knew, Giselle knew, and Ashley knew, and they chose to not tell production. They chose to not bring it up on the show. And the girl also made very damaging claims against Juan and his friends, saying that they find women and girls to sexually, quote, pass around, and that his friend sexually exposed himself to her and she did not want it. It was not consensual and it really scared her. So there were other big allegations beyond just, Juan dipping it and doing it with somebody who is clearly not his roommate, Robyn. But let's continue. And the big issue was that Robyn was like, oh, go to our Patreon and we'll tell you the, quote, truth. And then in the Patreon was nothing more than just lies. Anyway, let's keep going to what Nene said. After sharing details about the indiscretions of Robyn's now husband, allegedly, the Real Housewives of Atlanta alum shaded Robyn and other Housewives cast members as being starless and not famous, while also speaking about her potential return to Bravo. Oh, honey, yes for the starless Robyn Dixon child. Starless, honey, starless, Nene stated on The Breakfast Club via Instagram. These girls on these shows are just not stars. Like, if you really look at it, all of the stars that were on any of these franchises, they took them off, and everybody that is left is starless. No lies detected. However, I do think that they're still stars. Like, I think Karen Huger's a star. I think she's a star of the show. I think she's pretty cool. But I agree with Nene's sentiment, like when they got rid of the OGs, but some of the OGs, it was time to go, But she's right. And it's something that we've all been talking about, all of the franchises are a little bit stale, are a little dry, are highly produced by the cast, are, rinse, wash, and repeat. So I agree with what she's saying. There's not a lot of, star quality people that we really are into. Maybe Garcelle, I would say. But I agree. But also Nene, like, to me, Nene and what's her name? Bethany Frankel. I'm always like, this is the thing with Nene and Bethany. They always act like they're so above it all. Like, we were the best. We were the OGs. We were the stars of the show. Blah 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 blah. We're booked and busy. Da 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 da. But yet everything out of their mouth is about the housewives. You notice that? Bethany out here, she acts like she's the queen of the world, and Bethany does amazing things in philanthropy. I'm not taking that away from her. I think she's a great philanthropist. I think she's a great businesswoman. I think she's a great mom. I'm not taking anything away from Bethany or Nene. I think Nene's great. I do think Nene is a star. I think she has a great personality. I think she gives, and people like being around her. I'm not taking anything away from that. But I do find it really ironic that the people who bash Bravo and the Housewives the most, as if they are so above it, always has the Housewives and Bravos in their mouth. I'll just say that. But let's keep going. These girls on these shows are just not stars. Oh, that's right, and they're starless. Then when host Charlemagne the God, real name Leonard Larry McClevey, Charlemagne's name is Leonard Larry McClevey. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Pointed out that rhop has, quote, high ratings. Nene questioned whether his suggestion was accurate. Does it? When's the last time you looked at those ratings? She wondered, noting that she doesn't watch the show. I watch the clips, though. What come on social media, but I'm not really a TV watcher, she explained. I don't watch TV at all. After Charlemagne claimed he believes the ladies of Housewives are stars, and played a clip from the podcast episode in which Robyn came forward with Juan's affair. Nene gave a nod to his other woman's claims that Robyn and Juan would make her famous. So the side piece was going to become famous off of them, but are they famous? That's the question, she shared. They're not famous, they may be known. There's a difference between famous and known, and so I don't know about famous, but maybe it's known for a minute. Again, I agree with Nene, no lies detected. I wouldn't call Robyn Dixon famous. To me, there's a certain level of cachet, a certain persona, a certain something with when you think about somebody who's famous. And I agree, Robyn Dixon might be known because she's on a show on Bravo, but I wouldn't put her in the category of famous. So I'm with you, Nene. I'm with you on that one. Nene even hesitated when asked if Kandi Burruss was famous. Now you just hate a Nene, Charlemagne stated. I am not hating, I'm just really telling y'all the truth, she replied. Then she's saying she will give Kandi. But everyone else, I don't see it, she added. Now, I agree with Charlemagne on this. Nene, you're being in your feelings. Kandi Burruss is famous. Kandi Burruss is famous. She's in movies, she's in TV shows, she's written music for Ed Sheeran, what's that group called? TLC? It was a group, TLC, was that the name of the group? TLC. Kandi's been around for a minute. Kandi Burruss is famous. She has spinoffs, she's an executive producer. Nene, you're in your feelings, but I get it. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's keep going. In another clip of the Breakfast Club episode shared by the Neighborhood Talk on Instagram, Nene was asked if she would go back to RHOA after her lawsuit drama with the network and Andy Cohen. I have no plans to come back, Nene confirmed. I feel like that ship has sailed and I've grown in so many ways. It's just not something that I'm interested in doing right now. You let those girls go ahead on. Nene, stop lying. I think if Bravo would come to Nene and say, hey, you can come back to the show, Nene would jump at it in a heartbeat. Nene would jump at being back on Bravo in a freaking heartbeat. I think when she says the ship has sailed, I think because she brought the lawsuit, the ship, and the way she handled the lawsuit, I think that's the why the ship has sailed, Nene. Not because you're above it and you're over it. Girl, just tell the truth. They don't want you back. All right. Nene then dissed the cast, asking, they holding it down, you think? She then answered, not really. When Nene was further questioned about whether anyone has reached out to her about a comeback, Nene revealed they had not. Exactly. At least she's telling the truth. Because the truth is, in my personal opinion, if Bravo said you can come back, she would be back in a heartbeat. And I don't think Nene got anything in the lawsuit. I know certain people post, oh, Nene got millions. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it was dismissed. She can refile if she wants, but I don't think she's going to. And I don't think she got anything in it, because if Nene got any money, it would have been a settlement. Therefore, she would not have the opportunity to sue them again for the same thing. And it was dismissed without prejudice, meaning she can sue again if she wants. So therefore, it was not settled. So I don't report when people talk about Nene got millions, blah, 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 blah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not legally. It doesn't sound legally sound to say that. It doesn't make sense. And she's not acting like she got millions of dollars either. Anyway, let's keep going. No, and they shouldn't, she shared. Now the girls that are on the show, we're cool, but for me to be on the show, no. I have no interest in being on the show, honestly. They could call me for advice and I'll help out as best I can, but that will be all. Thou does protest too much. She said she did not want to be on the show about 25 different times, which means I really want to be on the show. Ugh, girl, bye, girl, bye, girl, bye. Girl, bye. But this is the thing. Nene was right, and Nene was also low-key, I think, being a hater. I think she was being a hater kind of when it came to Candy. But I agree when she's talking about Potomac ratings. Are they that great? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about the ratings at Potomac, but I know that this season was lackluster. I know that this season did not give. I know that it was very frustrating. It was a bunch of lies and fake storylines. And then Robyn and Giselle coming out saying that they were sitting on the biggest real story. And if you want the information, pay them on Patreon. Absolutely ridiculous. But I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. Do you agree with Nene that Robyn is not famous, that all of the franchises now are kind of stale and there's no, quote, stars, there's no, it girls that have that it factor? And do you think Nene is kind of being like, a Bethany, saying she's above Bravo, but anytime she's in an interview, the only thing she talks about is Bravo and the Real Housewives? And also, let me know what you think. Do you think Nene actually got the payday in the lawsuit, or do you think no? And, do you think Nene would come back if she was offered back a peach? Put it down below, my beautiful candy canes. Stick around. I'm going to take a couple of your candy cane questions and comments. But before I do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend, because a kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below. We have a newsletter, a self-love guide, and some really cool self-love and self-care goodies. So with that, let's take your candy cane questions and comments super quickly, because I got